Very nice.
Thank you.
We're live now, so.
Good morning. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, North Metro. I'm Reverend Michael Torphy.
I'm Reverend Valerie Torphy.
I'm Reverend Kathy Mastriani, your producer of the day.
I'm Dr. Ernestina Garcia, and I do the readings.
And I'm Robin Hackett, and I'll be sharing music with you today.
So we welcome you. So I just ask you to turn within. And this is what I know, that God is, and that's all that there is. One perfect expression of life, all life, animate, inanimate, big, little, small. It's all God all the time. And God is present right here as this service unfolds in all its glory and splendor, bringing to each person that's tuned in exactly what they need to know and exactly what is theirs to have. So I send out blessings across the planet, knowing that this word has power. I call out peace for the planet. I call out prosperity for every individual alive. And for this, I'm so grateful. Grateful to know that my word has power and it cannot come back void, for it is already manifesting as I have spoken. So with a thankful heart, I release, I let go, and together we say,
And so it is.
So we have Robin Hackett now for some music. I can't wait to see what you picked.
Well, I will make a quiet place within my heart, and I will wait upon the Lord, wait upon the Lord. Yes, I will make a quiet place within my mind, and I will wait upon the Lord, wait upon the Lord. Be still, my heart, be still. Be still, my heart, be still. Be still and know Yes, I will make a quiet place within my world, and I will wait upon and I will make a quiet place within my heart, and I will wait upon the Lord, wait upon the Lord. Be still, my heart, be still. Be still, my mind, be still. Be still and know. And I will make a quiet place. Yes, I will make a quiet place. Yes, I will make a quiet place.
That just brought me right into this service in a deep way. Thanks for kicking off it.
Yeah, absolutely.
We love you.
Love you too.
You want to do that?
I do. I'm going to start with our purpose statement. The purpose of our spiritual community is to be a spiritual community, to be supportive to all those who are seeking support, to practice and live unconditional love, to be non-judgmental and forgiving, to embrace oneness, to join all others who want to co-create a world that works for everyone, all cultures, all races, all sexual orientations, and all life. And so it is.
So it is.
Yes. And let's see. Oh, so check out our website, cslnorthmetro.org, and you can see the affirmations. And Stephen Anthony writes the affirmations for us every single week. And we have a good amount of them on our website so that, you know, if you're just feeling like you need a little oomph, there's affirmations out there. You can just read them. He also writes a really nice prayer every single week, and we have those on our website as well. So that's just a really nice place to go. You can read the affirmations, you can read the prayer, and you can uplift yourself a bit. And also, you can donate right there on our website, so that if you like what's going on here and you want to help us do it, you can just donate right there on the website. And I think that might be all I have to say about that. Have more? All right, so I think we're ready to talk about giving. So you can give right from our website, and everything you give helps us do this thing that we do. So we would really appreciate it if this is meaningful to you, if it changes your life in any way, if it's uplifting. Let us know and donate. Just help us do this thing that we do, and we appreciate it.
We have many ways you can do it too.
Yeah, so on the website, there's Venmo and PayPal and every way. Also, if you're a person that writes checks, the address is right there. We take checks. So help us out and donate. And I think we're ready for Robin again.
Yes.
Thank you.
You may wonder what your world is coming to, with all the ups and downs that you've been through. But there's more than the eye can see. There's the truth in your divinity. So be still and know all is well. All is well, all is well. Be still and know all is well. All is well, all is well. Yeah. And when those clouds roll in, don't you worry now. Before you know it, you'll be up with the sun. And on this world goes round and round. But in the chaos, there's something to be found. So be still and know all is well. All is well, all is well. Be still and know all is well. All is well, all is well. And don't you worry about the rain upon your shoulders. Don't you worry if the sun don't shine. Don't you worry if there's enough for tomorrow. For if you go inside, you will see you are a shining light. Whoa! Be still and know all is well. All is well, all is well. Be still and know all is well. All is well, all is well. Be still and know. Be still and know.
Yes, yes, indeed. That's a sermon in itself.
Yes.
Thank you. We're going to do our thing now, and we'll see you later.
Actually, I think we're going to have
Oh, yeah.
Ernestina's going to do the affirmations and the reading.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, everyone. I just want you to know that my Wi-Fi is freezing off and on. And so when Robin was singing, it froze, but it came back. So I might make it all the way through without getting frozen or kicked out of my Wi-Fi. So anyway, just wanted to give you that heads up. Okay, affirmations for the week of August 17th, 2025. And we're so thankful to Stephen Anthony, who writes these for all of us. Please repeat after me. I forgive every grievance that I have held onto.
I forgive every grievance that I have held onto.
My life exists in an overflow of abundant good and prosperity.
My life exists in an overflow of abundant good and prosperity.
I am the vessel and opportunity for glorious creativity.
I am the vessel and opportunity for glorious creativity.
Spirit delivers divine experiences that affirm the reality of my being.
Spirit delivers divine experiences that affirm the reality of my being.
I am loved and supported fully by the universe.
I am loved and supported fully by the universe.
Today and every day, I live my life filled with compassion and love.
Today and every day, I live my life filled with compassion and love.
And together we say,
And
So it is.
okay, the reading selected today by the Reverends is from the book, The Art of Spiritual Healing by Joel S. Goldsmith. God appearing as individual being, God appearing as you, is a secret of the infinite way. It is a secret of spiritual healing. This you is not a reflection or a separate idea or something less than God, but God itself made manifest. God appearing on earth as individual being. Oneness is the secret. After you have assimilated this truth by living with it, by practicing it, by looking out at every man, woman, and child, every animal, vegetable, and mineral in the world, and realizing this is not what it seems to be. This is God appearing as. You develop that healing consciousness which never looks at people and judges them by their humanhood, but which is immediately in contact with their spiritual consciousness. You train yourself to see people, not as they look, but to see through their eyes, back of their eyes, realizing that there sits the Christ of God. As you do that, you learn to ignore appearances, and instead of trying to heal or reform someone or improve them, you are really bearing witness to their Christ identity. And together we say, and so it is.
Yes.
Thank you. That was wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you for your selections.
Yeah. So,
Robin.
When I woke up this morning and I opened up my eyes and I stared out the window, and what to my surprise was a snow-covered hill and the earth standing still for all to see. And I said to myself, what a precious world I'm in, where each moment is a lifetime and a new life can begin. And we have the power to plant any flower and watch it bloom. And I am as you are, and we are the universal seed. And all this creation is born out of what we believe. Believe. And I do believe, yes, I do believe. So hold in your hearts all that you desire, and what you never wanted, let it burn in the fire, 'cause you have the power to plant any flower and watch it bloom. And I am as you are, and we are the universal seed. And all this creation is born out of what we believe. Believe. And I do believe, yes, I do believe. believe, yes, I do believe, I do believe. Believe, 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 believe.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo! That was awesome.
Thank you.
Just a little bit. Robin, I just love Robin's music.
I do too.
It's hard to get back to me because her music just takes me someplace profound. Pardon my voice today. It's
It is what it is.
yes. So today's title is "Raising Your Inner Child," and I found this quote by an actor by the name of James Stevens, and I liked it. It kind of fits what I want to talk about. But what he says is, "What the heart knows today, the head will understand tomorrow," and that's so true, because the heart is the place for catching the vision, catching what it needs to reveal its truth, its beauty, its power. So when I think of raising a child on the physical level, it means providing all that child needs until they become an adult. That includes morals, values, education, all the physical needs that a child would have, that a parent could give that child to make the child successful in life. When I think of the inner child, I think raising it as raising its awareness, raising it to constantly raising it, constantly getting to a higher place of understanding of who and what we are, divine children of God. So when you're raising this inner child, it's important to know who and what it is and how it operates. And the inner child has spiritual needs, so it needs to be fed. And how does it get fed? Well, on a personal level, on an everyday level, just praying, meditating, visioning. Those are powerful things. Affirming what you want to know as the truth, so that inner child can be revealed to the world and seen as what it is the perfection of you. I want to throw out some what ifs for you. What if you were like the Dalai Lama and everybody just went around calling you a god, that you're God? Don't you think you'd believe it? Being told that your whole life, you come into this world as the perfection of the universe, and everybody's treating you as if you're a god, because you are. You're made in God's likeness and image, so that means you are God-like. And so, what if you were raised by the perfect parents? What would that look like to you? What if everything they did was perfect in your unfoldment? What would you think would happen to you? What if the world was a perfect place? What if there wasn't no violence, there was no poverty, and just everybody was doing what they came here to do without worrying about how will I exist? What do you think how do you think your life would be different? What if you treated your mind as if it was a child, or even better yet, a grandchild? Just think what that mind would be like. It'd feel loved, that's for sure. It'd feel free, because isn't the same thing as a parent. And you can't have that experience of a grandparent until you are a grandparent, because it's a very special thing. So what if you raised your inner child that way? So how would you raise it?
Well,
You
wouldn't be
let me
so-
finish this. Go ahead.
you wouldn't be in so much judgment of yourself,
Yeah.
like worrying about whether you got things right or wrong or not. So sorry.
That's okay. So how would you raise it? Will we let our heart be the mind's mother and father? That means the heart would parent the inner child. So the mind wouldn't try to force everything. The heart would guide it and direct it. Would we let the heart give the mind the love and affection that it deserves? Just think of you as a child, and you were given all the love that you could possibly deserve. How would you be different? Would you let the heart tell the mind how wonderful it is? Just think about the heart saying to the mind, you are so perfect. You cannot make mistakes, because everything that you are here for is given unto you. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Would you let the mind do anything it wants to do? Would you free it to explore and not be afraid of what if I show part of me? What will happen? And just being free of that. Would you train the mind to manifest the heart's desires? Because that's what the mind is here for, to manifest the heart's desires, to do what is needed for the desire to be fulfilled. Would you let the mind to be more intuitively powerful? Would you get out of the way and quit judging these intuitions and thinking that there's something crazy about you? I feel that the more you allow your intuition to guide you, the more powerful it will be.
Mm-hmm.
It's a matter of practice.
Mm-hmm.
And would you let the heart feed the mind the nourishment of positive ideas? Just think if the mind just told you the world that you're in, how great it is, and how good and how wonderful it is to manifest the heart's desires. What would happen if you just lived the perfect life? What if we could rebirth the mind anew? Just think. Rebirthing the mind anew means seeing God's innocence as a child. When you see a child pray, there's nothing more filled with faith than that prayer the child gives. They know, they feel, they're just so innocent in their prayer work. What if you decided to do that? Just get back to the innocence of being a child, seeing God from that innocence. God is the heart-mind connection as you. What would you do if all was perfect? What would you do?
Well, when I looked in the mirror, I just stopped looking for what's wrong and looked for what's right, for one thing. Another thing I was thinking while you were talking is watching a child dance. They don't worry about the steps or the music or whether they're in step with it or whether they're not. It's just absolute joy. I think that's what's so fun about grandchildren is we get to be in the spot of just enjoying, and we don't have to worry about making the rules or doing the things. We just get to be the playtime.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking about things that our grandchildren do, like dancing or having a piece of chalk on the sidewalk and just creating whatever they want to create without thinking about what it looks like, or somebody gonna like it, or are they not gonna like it, or does this color go with that color, or blah, 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 blah. All those rules and things that we make up. They haven't gotten there yet where they think they have to do that. They can just express, and it's great. I just think and I think we're doing a better job of that, of just allowing children to be children. I just remember there were so many rules when I was a kid. And well, first of all, I was the oldest. And so I had a lot more responsibility than any of the other kids did. And by the time they got to the youngest, I think she had a really lot more freedom than the other ones do. I can remember this conversation, and it was something I was telling my sister about. And mom and dad wouldn't like it, or somebody wouldn't like it. And my sister's like, "Why do you care?" I'm like, whoa. Difference between the oldest and the youngest. She has had the opportunity to not be perfect all the time, to not be the one that has to be responsible all the time. And so I just, there are just a lot of things that happen, partly because of our birth order, partly because of what was going on in our families at the time, whether there was enough money or there wasn't enough money, or just so many things. In Creative Mind, Ernest Holmes says, "Let go of all you do not wish to become, and take into your experience and your mind all that you do wish. See, hear, talk about, and read only what you wish, and never again let a negative thought come into your mind." Imagine that. So if we begin to start catching those negative thoughts and going, "Whoa, go away. You don't belong here. I don't allow you in here anymore." I just think there would just be so much more joy in the world. And I was just thinking the other day about when we're watching TV and somebody's hair's funny, or they're overweight, or they're underweight, or they do the clothes, or if we just stopped all that and just let ourselves be ourselves and everybody else be themselves, and recognize we come in all different shapes and sizes and all different colors and all different backgrounds, and just let ourselves and everybody else just be who they are, what would that be like?
It'd be wonderful. It'd be living from an inner child.
And so I've been really thinking about that lately, about places where when you're watching TV and this judgment goes through about I like this or I don't like that, and what a dumb outfit that is, or about there's this particular commercial that comes on and it's talking about this wonderful clothing that we can order, and I'm looking at it, it's like, that's the ugliest stuff I ever saw, and yet somebody likes it or they wouldn't be selling it. So if I can let go of my opinions about that. I don't have to have an opinion about it. I don't have to buy it. I don't have to wear it. Why would I have an opinion about it other than not for me? So I think this gives me the opportunity to look at, where am I still judging? Where am I still thinking, well, there are a lot of places where I'm still thinking I need to be perfect, but I'm doing better at that, recognizing, we can't be here and live this life and learn the things we're supposed to learn if we're always afraid of making mistakes. If we're always afraid that we're not getting it right, if we're always afraid that somebody's going to be looking at us and judging us. And so I get to let that go. I get to let all that stuff that I remember from when I was a kid about, and I'm sure some of it was told to me. I'm sure some of it I took on myself, and none of it really matters now, because as soon as we recognize something we want to do differently, then we can start doing differently.
Yeah.
We can catch ourselves when we start to judge ourselves or anybody else and go, that really doesn't make me happy. That doesn't make the world a better place. That's not a thing I want to do or be to myself or anyone else anymore. And so we get to let it go, and we get to be that which we came here to be, and that is love and peace and harmony and joy. And I wrote down another thing. We cannot make affirmations for 15 minutes a day and spend the rest of the time denying what we have affirmed. That's really powerful. It's like we do that when we set an affirmation, and then we'll go right back into but, or if. So
And that's living from the outside
mhm,
in instead of the inside out.
mhm,
We think we've come to an age and we're too old to embrace the inner child. And it's probably dead already anyway, because I'm older than my inner child. So my inner child has a sacrifice for me to just be. So what I know is that the inner child hasn't been lost, hasn't been broken. It's there waiting to be rediscovered, rebirthed.
mhm.
Most likely, we put the inner child in a little box and jailed it deep in our subconscious.
Yes.
And what I know is if you free that inner child from that box, it will expand and bring us to a higher place
Mhm,
that we've ever experienced before in our lives.
mhm.
So set that inner child free. So this is what I know. When we direct our treatments to rebirthing the mind,
Mhm.
in other words, rebirthing it without all the stuff that the mind create. It doesn't create it; it accepts it, because as a young child, we're open for anything. So if we're getting fed negativity and things that don't serve us, then what do we expect out of life? What do we expect? That's the important thing.
It is.
Think about, what do you expect? Do you expect things from a defensive place, defending your your ability to live in this life, your calling? Or do you just say, I am that I am, and I am more powerful than all my negative thinking, all my lost ideas? I am more than that. And accept the fullness of your being. So I highly recommend to start thinking about doing a treatment around rebirthing your inner child,
Mm.
and just having a desire of the heart to embrace the inner child and see what happens in your life. The heart's desire to grow and expand, it will. When your heart's desire is to grow and expand spiritually, you will. It's that simple.
Mhm.
So if it's your heart's desire to go and expand, do everything for it to do that. Set up the arena for it to become that which you want it to become. What else I got to say? I got to do one
Yeah.
else.
Make it.
Thank you.
There we go.
So I wrote down, my highest desire is to live God as my life.
Mm.
My highest desire is to live God as my life. Where do you think that would take you? Are you open for that possibility? This day, right here and right now, let us be born again. Let us start raising our child or our mind in the way that we see fit. Let us give our child all the love a parent could possibly give. We're talking about the mind. The heart is ready to help it fulfill it.
Mm-hmm.
After all, our child, it's our child, so we should raise it well. Let it be raised beyond our idea of the beyond. Let us raise our child beyond the realm of beyond and see where that would take you. Is that great?
Yes. You're going to do it?
No, you are.
I am? Okay. So I just invite you to close your eyes. Take a nice deep cleansing breath. As we recognize the one power, the one life, the one presence, the one that is all that is, God. In, as, and through everything that is, there is only God. There is only love. There is only peace. There is only abundance and prosperity. And as we absorb that into our minds and into our lives, and we recognize that the God self that we are, the God presence that we are, that God is right within us all of the time. Every breath we take, that is God. Everything we see, that is God. Everything that we do, that is God. And as we just recognize that God self, that God presence, then we begin to look out through the eyes of God and see everybody else with love and with light and with acceptance and with peace and with wonder. And we begin to look at the absolute beauty and glory there is in our time on this earth, with the skies and the trees and the flowers and the mountains and the prairies. Everything is God. And as we look at ourselves within and we look at others within and we just see God, we can let go of the doubt. We can let go of the blaming. We can let go of having to think we need to make excuses, and we can just be that love and be that power and be that oneness that is God. As each one of us looking at ourselves and at each other as God beings right here having this experience on this planet Earth. And we can do it in love and light and peace and joy and harmony and wonder. And we can just hold ourselves in that light and hold ourselves in that truth and hold everybody else in that place too. And as we progress, we understand that we are beings of love. We are beings of light. Every one of us is that. And that is the truth of our being. And I'm so, so, so grateful to know that and express it as each of us, as all of us. And so in absolute gratitude for knowing this word is already done in the mind of God, knowing it is already manifesting in the form, I let it go, I allow it to be, and together we say, and so it is. Amen, Amen, Ashe, Aho, and woo-hoo!
I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. And I've got joy overflowing. I've got joy overflowing. I've got joy overflowing in my soul. I've got joy overflowing. I've got joy overflowing. I've got joy overflowing in my soul. And I've got love like a fountain. I've got love like a fountain. I've got love like a fountain in my soul. I've got love like a fountain. I've got love like a fountain. I've got love like a fountain in my soul. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got peace like a river in my soul. Ooh, ooh.
Mhm.
Robin's from
No, she's not, because the things are still moving. So, Robin, are those real trees?
Yes, I'm
That's
at
beautiful.
a very dear friend's lake house in the, I think I'm in the Adirondacks.
wow.
The cabins
That's
are together.
beautiful.
Yeah, yeah.
What
So
a magnificent background.
and over you can't see, but right over to my left here is a whole lake. So
Whoa. How fun.
yeah, yeah.
Wow, that's a good friend.
Yes. So
So you're blessed.
absolutely.
So, any thoughts anybody wants to share about anything? Oh, Ernestina, you always have something to share, don't you?
I think Kathy was going to say something.
Oh, okay, let's let her.
I just took pages of notes. I thought it was lovely and powerful. It's like, how are we, taking care of our inner child? How are we raising it? What are the thoughts we think? And, how are we being judgmental? Or, like Reverend Valerie so beautifully said, that we speak affirmations for 15 minutes, but what do we do with the rest of our time? It was just very thought provoking, and Reverend Michael's questions, what if the world was a perfect place? How would our lives be different? I thought it was just very powerful and beautiful. So thank you both very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Valerie, what you said about watching TV, it's like right now our society, our culture is kind of set up to really be criticizing one another all the time, and like, oh, look how she's too fat, or she's this, or her hair, whatever it is. And
Yeah.
so that's something I'd like to pay attention to more for myself.
But I'm beginning to get to the place where I have that thought,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't have to say it anymore.
Yeah.
And so if I recognize, oh, that's not what I want to say or how I want to be. Go back away. So
Yes.
that's what's helpful to me is just recognize that stuff before it comes out my mouth,
Yes.
because I'm giving it power when it comes out my mouth.
Mhm.
And I don't, you know, we're all different sizes and shapes and colors and forms, and we have all different experiences. And what I might think is attractive and what somebody else does are two different things. And I don't need to have an opinion about all that.
Right, right.
And I sure don't need to say it.
Love that.
Well, the reason I was hesitant to speak is during your talking, I would go into my own personal thoughts, and 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 what really triggered my thinking was to treat my mind and my inner child as a grandchild. And I am a grandmother, and I love my granddaughter. And how would that be different? And I started writing notes like crazy. I said, I would slow down.
Mhm.
I would take it one step at a time. And
Mhm.
then I realized that I make myself crazy and busy by putting more things on my to-do list. I'm gonna put less things on. I wouldn't do that to my granddaughter anyway. So that's why I refrained from talking, because it just kept coming.
Oh, that's awesome. That's really awesome. It's so funny when the way we're doing things now, we don't get to look at people's response as we're talking. You know, when you're in person, you can look and it's like, are they getting it? Is it making it? And here it's like, I'm looking at a camera. I don't know, but if people are getting something or they're not. So it's really nice to hear things, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I have to admit that my mind wanders. You'll just say one phrase, and then I apply it to myself, and then I have to come back into to the present.
That's natural.
And I think that's how we all listen.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just how the brain works.
Yeah, I was really onto something, and it took me a while to come back.
Well, and then that means you got something, and that's the whole idea. It's like bringing up a thought that takes you to the place where you go to your next thing.
It makes our talk personal for you
Absolutely.
and for each other.
I love what Reverend Michael started off with the quote, what the heart knows today, the head will understand tomorrow.
Yeah.
I think that's powerful because again, we don't understand, we hear it, our heart's desire. And there was like, that doesn't make sense, so to allow it and to be like children and to play with it, to, have fun with our divine ideas, and see what happens.
Yeah, and I think, this is a theme for me in my life right now, is that the care of your inner child or the care of yourself is how you will care for other people.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Well,
Yeah. If we start treating ourselves well, then we'll naturally treat everyone else well. Instead of all this blame and shame and would have and could have. And I know I've told this before, but I remember myself, I had to have been about 8. We're sitting on the pew in church. And my mother tells me not only are my 2 brothers watching everything I do and say, but their friend's daughter is mimicking my everything. So the thing is, you got all these people watching you, you better be perfect. That's what I got from it. And I've lived with that for a lot of years of, I got to be perfect. Well, nobody is.
right.
And how many things did I not try because I might not be perfect? So, yeah.
Well, thank you for your talk today.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you for your music. Thank you for producing a wonderful job. And that like goes back to last night when you helped Valerie. You're just so
Patient and loving and competent.
yeah.
I was like, I get stressed and then I can't think of anything. So then Kathy's like, well, try this. we'll do it this way. And she's so calm and she's always right. And then it works out. And yay, thank you so much.
And Ernestine, thank you for your dedication being here week after week and making the words of Stefan come alive, and your appreciation for Stefan that just goes beyond what you do each week. I know he'll be listening to us later on, and I'm sure he has a deep appreciation for how you acknowledge him, because he's quite a young man.
Yes, he is.
Raised a daughter all by herself, and she's in college. She wants to be a surgeon, and you think of his broken house that he grew up in, his father that was just
So abusive.
so abusive. For him to come out of that and raise a child the way he raised his daughter, sacrificed. He's incredible. He was 18 or 19 when he bought a house working at Taco Bell. He bought a condo and raised his daughter in his condo. It's just amazing. So you acknowledging him, I know he feels good about that.
I don't even know him, and I can feel it.
Yeah.
You probably know him better than many people in the world, honestly. Every week reading these beautiful affirmations.
Mhm.
You know
Yes.
his soul, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll have to ask him to try to make some time to drop in. Are we still in? We're not.
Yeah, we are still. We should
I would be humbled
yeah.
to
We
meet him.
should maybe say a benediction and
Okay.
stop the live.
Yeah,
Yeah, you do that?
yeah. So returning to the divine place we call by name. My name is Michael. And when you say your name, no, when you say your name, you're saying the name of God, because there's no difference. Us being children, we are in the likeness of God, and that's all we need to know. And I'm grateful for all the little mini gods out there participating in this thing we call life. I bless each and every person who made this service possible. Brother Darwin, Ernestina, Kathy, Robin, so very grateful for your presence this day and for all that you contributed to the service. And I bless all those who may tune in later on, giving thanks for your participation in that way. So it's with a grateful heart that I can release this word, knowing it is complete, simply by saying, and so it is.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
We're coming back to
You got